It's your boy, state champ, DJ Frosty.
Your boy.
My bad, Malik. Go ahead.
Oh man, I stepped on you. That's my bad. I'm just excited to be back. I was gone last week. I'm upset about.
Matter of fact, it was 3 weeks.
That's my B, yo. I was gone last week. I was traveling, but I'm back. I'm too excited. I'm sorry, my B. Go ahead. Start again, Frost.
All right, here we go, man. State champ, DJ Frosty. It's another episode of Blazers and Boxes.
What up? I did it again. I'm just too excited.
You know what? We're gonna keep it moving. we just gonna keep it. What's up, my brother?
That's not much, man. Just grinding, brother. You know how this is. Just grinding. That's it. Another March 9th.
It's another March 9th, man. Well, first of all, before we get into March 9th, man, what are we wearing today? I see the teddy bear. You looking very, Catholic schoolish, charity, boarding school.
Listen, bro.
You had a great upbringing. That's what you look like. Yeah,
I did. My mama raised me right, so I'm just out here trying to live right. That's all. This is Ralph Lauren. Anybody familiar with Ralph Lauren? The teddy bear is a signature logo of his, and so I just kind of put this on. This is my frat boy, kind of American boy look that I just like to put on every now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the white frat boy look.
Yeah, it's a white frat boy look. Yeah. Not our frat boy, but the white frat boy look.
If he was to pledge a white fraternity, was there anyone that ever stood out to you?
That's a good question, and I'm not going to answer that now. For
you got to do some research, but we know how it go. We know how it go over there.
Exactly. So I mean, when we were in school, as an RA, I had a lot of my residents that pledged a lot of the white fraternities, and like that, and when I ran for student body president, I got a lot of support from a couple of white fraternities, specifically because residents that had moved out that lived under me when I was an RA, kind of voted for me. So, Yeah.
For those that don't know, man, Malik was a student body president, a black student body president at the University of South Carolina.
Yeah, wild.
It don't happen often. That's all.
Yeah, not at all. But
Malik made history. He made history with that.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. There may be only 10 in the history at this point.
10 is a lot because at the time you pledged. I mean, not pledged, but you became student body president.
It might have been.
It might have been like third, bro.
Nah, it was full. It was. I was at the halfway point. I think it was at 5.
You think you was the fifth one?
5th or 6th, and really? I can name them. Yeah. So, Harry Walker was first.
Yeah, brother Harry Walker.
Mm-hmm. Right. Then, I think it was. I don't know if it was Steve Benjamin or Carl Solomon. Steve Benjamin being another fraternity brother. Carl Solomon was a Q. He was Zeta. And then after them, there were 2 alphas, Jamal Franklin and Patrick. I forget Patrick's last name. So I was number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
so,
cool. Yeah, because all right, cool.
But if you think about that in the context of our school,
right,
that's just wild.
I wanted to talk about this thing today, but maybe we'll talk about it next week. But this is what I want to talk about: PWIs versus HBCUs. We're gonna talk about that next week.
Yeah, we should talk about that for real, and maybe we should bring somebody on.
That's what I was planning to do.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we should do that, no doubt.
Because we can't really have that conversation with just me and you.
Yeah, because I love talking to my friends who went to HBCUs. I believe in empowerment. I believe in the community, and I believe in making sure that our institutions get the love they deserve. But I'm gonna tell you, some of the logistics behind going to an HBCU, we didn't have to deal with.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, So for one thing I like to let people know, like when me and you were in school, we had more black students than the HBCUs.
Facts. That's
I just wanted to put that out there,
Yeah, that's a fact.
People, we really be acting like we ain't had no black experience. You know what I'm saying?
Number two to that point, I think at the time we were in school, we had the highest amount of minorities in the SEC. At least in South Carolina for sure, but I believe in the SEC we had the highest number.
I could definitely believe that.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
We had a
real black experience at a PWI for real.
Yeah. We don't have the bands, and the chants at the basketball or football games. But outside of that,
we had a real black experience.
We had a black experience.
Yeah,
maybe not in the classrooms either.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might be the one thing that we miss, and I think you got a piece of it. For what most people don't know, DJ Frosty's mom works at one of the more premier historical black colleges in the South.
My mom and my dad.
And your dad. Yeah, no doubt. That's right.
Because my dad worked at South Carolina State. Yeah. My mom worked at
Claflin. Yeah.
So listen, if anybody who's never been to a HBCU that knows all about an HBCU, that would be me.
Yeah.
100%. I grew up at the HBCU.
Yeah.
I grew up at the for sure.
100%. Yeah. So you get it. I
totally get it.
Yeah. So, and there are people who, I don't know as much as in the trajectory of your dad, but I know for a fact I've met women who are AKAs and Deltas who know Miss Gwendolyn Phillips. And they're like, oh, yeah. Miss Gwendolyn didn't play. You know what I mean? So
I used to always say my mom is more famous than me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Definitely famous.
100%. Yeah, for sure.
Biggie Day, bro. Biggie Day,
March 9th. No doubt.
If you are out here, if you're another celebrity, this is the worst birthday or death day to have because you will get ignored. Shouts to Sean Moss. AKA Lil Bow Wow. I feel sorry.
Lil Bow Wow. There's a couple of others too, man. That
there's a few others.
There's a few of them, and they got no love today. Like it's Biggie Day.
You will never get love.
Yeah.
On this day, and usually we celebrate these days by playing these artists' music, and they get the spins up, and you know what I'm saying. It's not going to ever happen for you. That's just sad because nobody can really he's going to have to die, have a separate death day, and then we'll play his Bow Wow records.
That's like literally for real.
Yeah. But this is what I want to talk about. What I wanted to bring up. And this is just how I feel. So I wanted to get your opinion on it.
All right, I'm listening.
To this day, I still don't think anyone can out-rap Biggie. And it makes no sense. Because you're talking about somebody who died before the age of 25 or at 25, somewhere around there.
Yep.
And this is over 25, 27 years ago.
So, I don't disagree with you at all. I do agree. And this is because I'm a fan. It could come across as bias, but I'm a fan of this artist. But I'm also a hip hop fan, so I recognize the gravitas and the statement of what you just said and the artist I'm about to name. Mm-hmm. Right? Biggie is one of one. Period. And let's just leave it at that. Right?
Right. Yeah.
He had 2 albums: Ready to Die, Life After Death. And he is in the top 5 of some of the best MCs of all time off of 2 albums, right?
Right.
I think the guy who comes closest, if not better, is Jay-Z. And and I get it because it's Biggie, and what he did was the way Biggie told a story. Now, I definitely think he's the greatest storyteller of all time, without question.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nobody tells a story in hip hop like Biggie. Nobody.
And obviously, it's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Because more people would do it.
Yeah. Oh, can I say this though right before you say anything else? I think the second best storyteller, and be with me on this, the second best storyteller in hip hop history to me would be Redman. And I'd argue anybody with that.
I believe Slick Rick holds that title.
I get why.
Like the inventor
of
the storyteller. He got a song called Children's Story.
let me tell you.
Rick, oh my God. You got to go back and listen.
You're 100%. You're right. I'm going to tell you why I put Red above Slick, and I put Slick Rick at 2B. I would. And here's why.
Okay.
If you go back and you listen to Redman tapes, my favorite of all is Muddy Waters, the Red tape.
That's my favorite Redman album, Muddy Waters.
And Superman Love of the Series, from his first and second tapes to Muddy Waters, like the way that he carries the theme of this song and Heroin, I mean, like, it is classic. And I don't know that other artists has carried a caricature through the themes of music like the way he did.
I'll be honest. I don't remember the Redman in that story. I will have to go back and listen.
All right.
But I do find it hard for me to believe that he was a better storyteller than Slick Rick.
I'm telling you.
I mean, listen, you might be right because I haven't heard it. Well, at least I don't remember it, and I never paid attention to it. But Slick Rick is my number 2.
If I've got close family ties to Slick Rick, if his wife heard me talking like this, I may get counted off the island. But literally, I believe that Slick and Redman are 2A and 2B.
I mean, Redman was a better rapper. He came at a different time. He came at a different time. Era. It was a different era
for sure.
So all right, we'll leave it at that. So Billboard, right? They recently changed the rules in January about how they count.
Yeah.
It's basically hurting the artists. And I want to get your opinion.
All right.
So what they're doing is, let's say Malik wanted to purchase 5 DJ Frosty albums for support.
Yeah.
If you do that digitally, they won't count it.
They won't count the 5. They only count 1?
They'll only count 1. Now, if you bought physical copies, they'll let you do that.
Okay.
But they won't count it if you buy more than 1.
That's interesting.
It's interesting because it seems like they want you to not buy records. They want you to stream them. Because I believe they get to keep more of the money.
The labels or Billboard?
I would believe Billboard, because when you stream a record, the artist only gets like 0.00001% per stream. You got to get a whole bunch of streams to make any money.
You got to be Justin Bieber or Drake.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think could be the reason behind that?
There's a number of things, right? I think that Billboard has been miscalculating sales for quite some time, right? Again, give props to the homie Big Hove. Now look at Billboard like, is you dumb? Like, I think artists have known for a long time, not the general public, but artists have known for a long time that Billboard has been scamming the general public in regards to artists. And there may be...
You think they've been scamming the general public?
Yeah.
Explain that for me.
Because I think that I think that while, and you know this, so let's kind of talk about payola and the music industry, right? Where record labels, producers, managers paid DJs, program managers, station program managers, things of that nature to play music. Who's to say that they didn't do the same thing for Billboard? To pay them, and this is before streaming data and analytics was so public and prevalent.
All right, so let's go here, right?
Sure.
You can have artists. This whole thing is really confusing a little bit.
Without question.
You can have artists that are number one on Apple, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, and be nowhere really on the Billboard chart.
So, but how is that?
And it's vice versa, right?
Yep.
You can have somebody killing on the Billboard chart, but nowhere near on the top charts of Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever. Well, however you listen to your streaming music or whatever. So this is what I believe. It's several things. Everything ain't always, it ain't black and white.
Right.
You, for the most part, I believe radio is super behind what's really going on out here.
Yeah, 100%. You would know more than me for
Absolutely.
sure.
I was having this conversation a few months ago about Super Gremlin. I'm like, Super Gremlin is the hottest record in the club, and at the time, radio was not playing it at
really?
all.
Wow.
There was no spins on radio.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then now, to me, Super Gremlin is super old, but now it's number one.
Yeah,
it's number one on radio now.
Yeah. But hasn't that been the classic thing of terrestrial radio where
it's getting worse though?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's getting worse. It's my point.
Okay.
Radio used to be a few weeks behind.
Yeah.
Now it's like they're getting months and months behind.
Right.
Sometimes they take, for instance, 42 Doug Maybach. That record was on fire all last year.
100%.
It took months.
Yeah.
By the time it got to radio, it was dead already. It was dead. That's why I never got to like top 10 or top 20. I don't believe. Yeah. But that record was the biggest record.
Yeah. I agree.
So I guess it's like this. You can have real representation on Spotify and Apple, and they have it doesn't equate on Billboard, right?
Right.
Then you can possibly have some numbers that was actually paid for, but that's showing up on radio, Billboard, but they're not getting no love on Spotify and Apple, where you got real consumers that's actually how they listen to their music.
Yeah.
But those radio spins account more. You see?
Yeah.
You see where it's
like that's interesting.
It's a conflict.
And I'll tell you one of the things that, and I think we might have touched on this on one of the earlier podcasts, but there's this thing with Spotify where you have to be, the way that they have to manage artists that aren't necessarily as popular or well known, they have to work around potential bots, putting them in playlists that they shouldn't be in because they've created or paid for playlisting.
Not only that, how will they get their streams up?
Right.
For instance, like 6ix9ine, he would have like
6ix9ine, 100%,
1 billion streams.
And
no play on radio, no play in the club.
Yeah.
Because you can still have it on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have it where you get all these streams, but if you're not even getting played in the club, like, who's listening to this, really?
No doubt.
So, yeah, 6ix9ine definitely had a system.
That was wild to me.
Go ahead.
6ix9ine system. I'm gonna tell you. I never understood 6ix9ine's popularity because I could never. It never made sense to me from the perspective of how did he get so popular streaming wise, but like nobody else is playing his music.
So you got people that know how to run the numbers up.
Yeah.
Exactly how, I don't know, but I put the house on it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, put the house on it. It was running his streaming numbers up.
Yeah.
And remember when him and Nicki did a song? Like him and 6ix9ine and Nicki did a song.
Yeah.
And it was like #1 on every streaming chart for that first week.
Yeah.
And then it just died.
Yeah. Yeah.
That tells you right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He had fake stream numbers.
And that also tells you right there that the platform is also betting on those artists to win. So they may also add some layer of marketing and promotion so that they can benefit from having that artist streaming on their platform.
Right.
So, yeah.
So going from there was this new thing today that came out. Eminem is now the officially the most certified artist in RIAA history.
All right.
That means he has the most platinum or gold or double platinum singles in the history of the RIAA.
All right. Are you shocked?
Not shocked.
Okay.
I'm
neither.
not shocked. I'm not shocked.
Either. All right.
There's a lot of people that put LeBron James ahead of Michael Jordan.
I don't. I would never.
Because of his numbers.
Yep.
And longevity.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
To those people that think LeBron is the GOAT because he's going to finish his career top 5 in points, assists, whatever. Just the numbers are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would you rank Eminem? Being the most certified artist in RIAA history, where do you have to put him on the rap Mount Rushmore? Or is he up there?
I think he's up there, right?
You think he's top? You think he's top 4?
No, I think he's number 5.
Think he's top 5?
Yeah, I think he's number 5.
Okay.
And that's because I just got to give deference to the people who are 1 through 4, right? And so, but you gotta if you're gonna base, everyone's top 5 is subjective,
right?
And
based off different things.
Yeah, right. And so I can understand why there are people who wouldn't put Eminem in top 5 because they just don't feel like, he was that remarkable of an artist. Not that he was
of the culture.
Or exactly right, for sure. But like, I'm gonna tell you, man, 2000, that Marshall Mathers LP was a breakthrough album, man. Yeah. Like, that album was just revolutionary. Yeah. It was a classic album.
That was really the only Eminem album I kept playing over and over.
Dude, I played that album. I was living in Chicago that summer, I remember, because I had an internship at Leo Burnett. And I was living in Chicago. And between that album and Carl Thomas's Summer Rain being played on the radio all summer, I got to it. Yeah. But that Marshall Mathers LP was classic, bro. Yeah. And he didn't, and to me, because I'm actually an Eminem fan, he didn't get close to that again until like maybe the Eminem show. And that kind of got him back close to that Marshall Mathers level. Now, here's the deal. There are artists like Jay-Z and Drake and Kanye and Eminem who are no longer compared to anybody else but their own discography. So just like I mentioned just now, I'm not comparing Eminem's lore, legacy, and discography to others. I'm only comparing it to his own because he would stretch the bar so much farther than anyone else at that time that it's like no one else is moving units but M, Pimp Juice, and us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, if that's the case, and you got to give M his credit, even back then, that line remains true today, that he's still moving more units than any other artist, even when everybody else is saying he's losing disc battles and whatever else. It's like, but he's still selling records.
Yeah, and he's 50.
Fact, right? Like legit, right?
Like 49.50.
49.50, right? Yeah. But like, so in that instance, and for the person who's out there thinking, yeah, but it's just white kids who are, white kids, white suburban America is holding hip hop up, period. You go to a Lil Wayne concert right now in Nebraska, Atlanta, Miami, or wherever, and it's a whole bunch of little white kids.
Yeah, I mean, hip hop
screaming the word nigga.
Hip hop isn't the number one genre because of us.
Nah.
Look, not us alone.
Not us alone. And we got to stop that. Like, so for someone to say Eminem was only ranked that high because of white people and the white neighborhoods or white community or whatever, nah, that's not the case. Because white people have been holding up hip hop for a long time, and that can't be the exit.
It's a little bit, though. It's a little bit.
Listen, man.
Eminem got records that we don't rock with. He got records that we don't rock with at all.
You know what? And listen, and they played them on pop stations that ran the numbers up and didn't run the numbers up falsely. Like
they just more.
It's just more. It's just more. Yeah. Like, I mean,
it's just more. It's more.
He got iHeart Media to thank for that.
That
for sure.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It ain't just iHeart. You know. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. One person and another person we really, and I guess bar wise, I guess maybe he's not really there. But one person we gotta start giving a little more love to is LL Cool J, because LL Cool J had the most influence on Eminem.
Can I tell you this?
Okay.
I don't know if we had this. Did we have the conversation about the Hall of Fame this year? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
All right. So Jay-Z got inducted.
Right.
So did LL. How many people do you think know that LL got inducted to this year's class?
He did get overshadowed.
He got overshadowed. Here's my issue with this. And I've been screaming this to everybody who would listen. This is why you need more representation in that room of making decisions and or voters. LL deserved his own class to headline. You can't put LL in the same class as Hove because he's definitely going to get overshadowed. Nobody paid attention to the fact that LL was in the crowd, but for the fact that Hove shouted him out and Eminem performed with him, that he got inducted too. LL deserved his own class, bro.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Like literally. What L at the time.
I wonder why LL, why wasn't he in before Jay-Z?
I don't know.
Because I mean LL is 1985, 84 ish.
He should have been there. Sure.
He should have been in.
I agree. He should have been there. And there was that small rift between L and Hove back in the day when Hove was president of Def Jam and some other stuff. I don't know the intricacies of that. I'm not going to claim to, but I do think a part of that is L feeling like I've been here before. I've been doing this. Here comes this young cat, new cat who is great at what he does. But L got an album called The GOAT. And at that time, you couldn't have argued with him.
First of all, he's the person who coined the phrase.
Facts, 100%. 100%.
He said at the end of the song, the greatest of all time. He coined the phrase GOAT.
Yeah. I agree.
He literally built Def Jam. He literally carried Def Jam
on his back. Yeah, for sure.
People gotta remember, Run DMC was not on Def Jam.
Yeah, but they don't know that though. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they was under Rush. You know, like I think management maybe with Rush, but they wasn't on Def Jam.
Yeah,
I think they was on Priority or something
like that. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, so the greatest label of all time, LL Cool J carried that label,
carried them,
built it.
Yep, off of his discography,
and it's so serious that if there's no Def Jam, hip hop probably is just a fad.
Yeah,
that everybody thought it was going to be.
That's real.
So I'm saying we really got to give LL his flowers before you know what I'm saying? Because
I don't disagree with that. I don't, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I like what L is doing with the Rock the Bells platform, right? Because what he's doing is he's not with Rock the Bells. He's not throwing it back so far only to the originators of hip hop. He's giving love to 90s hip hop and early 2000s hip hop in a way that they deserve their love now, so that they don't have to wait 20, 30 years from now to be like, you know, that was such a hot song back then. And I appreciate what he's doing with the Rock the Bells platform, for real. You know what I mean? Like he's brought in some key players, some key people that's really been, you know, themselves shining artists. God bless his dead, Biz, when he was on there and he had his own show, and a couple of other artists. Like he's done well by the history of the culture.
Yeah, if you ever talk to L, let him know that, you know, you got DJ for a shower. I get on the Rock the Bells radio.
No doubt.
Chris Brown, man, you know, he had a rape allegation, you know, being sued for $20 million by this young lady who claimed that he drugged her and raped her on a yacht.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Brown came out today with some receipts.
Yep.
With a voice message of her on it, and also text messages that go back 9 months.
Yep. Wow.
This is you know what? When he first was accused, I didn't believe it, and I know that might be the man in me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I no offense to any woman out there, just the way that I think, and I know it's some monsters out there. I do know that. You know what I'm saying? I just believe it's certain people. They don't have to rape you.
Right.
Some will do it because I know it's a power thing. So I'm never going to be vocal and say, "No, I don't believe it."
Right.
But just internally, because I don't speak about stuff like this out loud.
No doubt.
Because you never know.
No doubt.
You know
100%. You got a daughter, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't think Chris Brown did it. Didn't think, you know, you got girls that just throw themselves at these guys all day, 24/7. Not saying like none of them can't do it. I just didn't believe Chris Brown did it.
That's fair. But okay, let's dig a little deeper.
Because there's a Trey Songz thing, you know.
So there's a Trey Songz thing, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know.
Listen, the first one or two, I was like, nah. But
4 or 5, you like
6, 7, 8. Okay,
yeah,
man,
you like.
There's a little smoke now. I can smell it.
At that point, you're like, you know. Listen, I am of the mindset that every victim should be heard. They should tell their story, and they should be what's the word I'm looking for? You know, their story should be reputable until proven otherwise. And if you're someone who is the accused and you have receipts, you need to be able to put those forth to show what your truth may be. Because in every instance, there are groupies that are trying to take advantage of wealthy people. There are artists who are trying to take advantage of groupies. And then if we're going to add into a third and fourth category that pertains to both male and females, there are people with psychosis that imagine certain things, create certain scenarios, and then run with those things in a way that's demeaning to the entire situation and to the entire movement of women who are actually victims of sexual assault.
Right. Let me ask you this. How much responsibility do you think the artist should have when it comes to the cases like this? And what I mean by that is, do artists need to stop taking advantage
of being artists?
Of being celebrity to these women?
No. I think I'm gonna just keep it 100. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. No.
Okay.
No, they shouldn't. However, they should be more careful.
Right.
You have to either have a better vetting service. You got to have better people around you. You can't have people around you that want to get hype off of your hype and then bring people around you that don't have your best interests at heart. Right. If you got people around you who are only in it to get hyped themselves, get elevated themselves, become celebrity themselves, that's not going to work for you. You have to have a better vetting service. You have to have people who are aware that there are people who are looking to take advantage of your celebrity. And if you don't have those people around you, that's how you get caught up.
So what's the difference between this case what we're talking about?
Don't you go there.
And R. Kelly.
Don't do it.
Let's talk about it. I want to talk.
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one thing.
All right.
And I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right.
R. Kelly ain't raped nobody. All right, continue.
But he's a pedophile, Frost.
You're right.
He's a pedophile.
Outside of the pedophilia.
He's a pedophile.
Outside of the pedophilia.
Yes. And there's no outside of the pedophilia.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is outside of the pedophilia.
Okay.
Is there a difference?
I don't know that there's an outside of the pedophilia. Once you get into pedophilia, that's it. That's all you need.
Okay. All right. I got you.
You got pedophilia and kidnapping. It's a wrap.
But was it really kidnapping?
I'm told you I'm not doing this with you.
Okay. All right.
I'm not. Okay. Chris Brown had receipts. I hope Chris Brown gets out of this because $20 million is a lot of money. Real rap.
I think he does because this voice message. And it actually reminds me of a situation that I had, back
I thought you were going to go into that a little bit. I mean,
So, it's something that I kind of forgot about. I wasn't thinking about it, but I saw this Chris Brown voice message thing today from the girl, and I was like, oh, yeah, I actually went through something similar.
Yeah.
And guess what? Guess who was the instigator? My frat brother, Malik, right? One day, Malik calls me. And it was this attorney from D.C., which I thought was real strange. She moved to Columbia, and she wanted to get a bartending job. And Malik called me and asked me, could I hook her up? I'm like, yeah, that's nothing. I know like all the club owners in the city. I literally made one phone call and got the girl a job.
No doubt.
At the club. And so I had a gig in Orangeburg that night. Oh, her first night working, I had a gig in Orangeburg. I went to go DJ, and I came back, and I actually just stopped by that spot on my way home, to talk to my people. I wouldn't even, what I'm saying, thinking about her. I just. And so, me and this other DJ, we was talking, and we was about to go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
And so as we were walking out, she was like, "Hey, where y'all going?" I said, "We're going to Waffle House." And she was just like, can I follow you? I don't remember where I live. Thought that was real strange. But I don't, GPS wasn't that popular back then.
Back then.
Wasn't that popular back
No
then?
doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No
So I
doubt.
was like, all right, cool. You come, you know, we going to Waffle House first. You can come kick it with us and cool.
Yeah.
So she goes to the Waffle House with us. As we leaving, she says, "Can I come stay at your place? I don't have any furniture." I'm like, all right. I think I know what time it is now.
Right.
I'm a little slow. When it comes to women liking me, I'll be slow as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we go back to my place. I'm like, hey, you can sleep on the couch. Cool. I go in my room, start watching TV. She comes into my room. All right, one thing leads to another.
Facts.
After we finish, she gets up and leaves. Didn't even want to stay. All right, that's cool with me.
Right.
I don't even know you.
Right.
So this is a Thursday.
Yep.
Friday passed. Saturday passed. Well, Saturday comes. I call her. No answer. Sunday, my program director calls me and says, hey, there's a private investigator wanting to talk to you. I'm like, oh, for real? About what? It's like something about, what do you call, what how do they coin it? How do they say rape without saying rape?
Sexual assault.
It's an assault case against you.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm thinking, who did I beat up? Did I get into a fight? I didn't get into no fight. Like, all right. Cool.
Right.
All right. So about an hour later, she calls me. I don't think I knew that she called me, but I saw it and she left a voice message.
Yeah.
Because I called her that Saturday and I left a voice message.
Yeah.
Come to find out that because I didn't call, after I put things together, because I didn't call her that Friday, she went and got a rape kit at the hospital that Saturday and called police, I guess.
Yeah. So
I see her call, see her voice message. I'm like, that's crazy. First the private investigator called me, and then she called. So I called the private investigator back, and I was like, yo, I got her on voicemail right now asking, for me to call her back and come see her or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, I'll call you back. And that's the last I heard.
Yeah.
From the PI and her. Never seen her again. Never heard from her. But I just wanted to put it out there.
I remember that.
That women do this.
That was a nerve-wracking weekend, man. I remember us talking, bro, and that was like, yo, that's crazy. Like up until just then, I didn't remember the scenario, but I remember us having that conversation. It's just like, yo, that's just so wild.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just like, who would do that? I'm like, you couldn't wait 48 hours for me to call you?
Yeah.
If that's what this was about?
Yeah. That's
like you thought
crazy.
I was just going to hit it and leave, and that's what this was about? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know better. Yeah. That's why I called.
Yeah.
I really didn't call to see you again. I really called to just make sure, hey,
because you was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's scary, man, for men and women. And we just have to be honest about the environment we live in and the environment of people who are willing to take advantage of people in weaker moments. And that's just what it is, right? Because in that instance, my thinking is, why would she call the radio station, and why wouldn't the PI just get in touch with you?
I think she knew I worked at the radio station.
I'm hip. I'm going down a road. I'm going down a path, right? Yeah. Where it's just like there was a purpose for the way she went about it. And so, I think that all women know that there are some women who make it tough and difficult for real victims of sexual assault.
Right.
And,
absolutely.
And that's tough across the board, because at that point you got a lot of men who are just ready to say, I told you so. and there are a lot of credibility that's lost from real victims.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never really thought about it like that, that women are actually the reason that they make it harder.
Yeah.
For real women of sexual
Yeah.
assault.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
It's the women.
Yeah. It's tough.
With the false flagging.
Yeah. It's tough. Tough.
Yeah. Yeah. So, moving on.
All right. We need a lighter subject. That was tough.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was really going to ask you, well, let me ask you one more question before we move on.
All right. Bet.
How can men protect themselves from situations like this? Like what would you tell your 19-year-old son about to go to the NBA? How would you have that conversation? What would you tell him about these women that are probably going to, these vultures that's going to be on them?
Don't trust these hoes. That's rule number one. These hoes ain't loyal. That's rule number two.
Yeah, you gonna trust nobody.
Nah, bro. Listen, man.
There's a real quick. There's a reason LeBron James married Savannah.
Oh yeah.
Carry on.
100%, right. Those are rules that I would give to my son going into college or coming out of college, about to be drafted, about to make money. My thought process to him early would be like, allow time to develop credibility for people. Mm-hmm. Because don't just trust people because they convince you in a moment that they are worthy of being trusted. That means nothing.
Right.
Yeah. You got to let people show who they are over time. And you got to let people be, you got to let people be who they are in the box that they are. Yeah. And there are some men and some women in life who are okay in the box that they are. There are some women in life who are absolutely okay being groupie women who are going after athletes for financial reasons, popularity reasons, or whatever may have you. They're okay with that. They have reckoned within themselves that that's fine. That's who they are. And so they're cool with it.
You got to understand too, like women, they like security, man.
Yeah, 100%.
They like security.
Yeah, especially financial security.
Exactly. They like financial security more than physical security.
Yeah.
They like both.
Yeah, 100%. They like both. And so, and always protect yourself, right? Like, don't ever let anybody don't ever let any woman make you feel like you're the only one and that it's okay not to use protection. Nah, don't do that. Stop. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. The minute she was like, I'm allergic to latex. Well, they make non-latex condoms, so we can get those too.
Yeah, get the lambskin.
Yeah, whatever. We can figure this out. But yeah,
it's crazy.
Especially if there are. Yeah, man. It's conversations. It's going with your gut. I tell people all the time, if you feel bad energy or a red flag from someone, trust your gut, because 9 times out of 10 you're right, and go with that. Yeah.
So let's talk about your team, man. Just how bad are the Lakers?
We're bad. We're terrible.
You know what makes it so bad? Because teams have been bad. You know what I'm saying? Teams have bad years. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that you got.
I don't need you to sigh the way you're sighing when you talk about my squad like this,
bro. Y'all got like real live Hall of Famers.
Carmelo,
on this,
Russ, Anthony Davis,
Dwight.
LeBron. LeBron. Yeah, LeBron, Dwight. Yeah.
It's probably more than that. I can't keep count. But it's bad.
Yeah.
And the formula for LeBron isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
And let me explain that. LeBron has always liked vets. He don't like new boys, right?
Nope. Yep.
Because he's trying to win now.
Yep.
But those guys that you like, they're gotten old with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need some young men around you.
Yeah. Who can ball?
Who can ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who can ball night in, night out, save y'all for the playoffs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got he got to realize it. It ain't Russ.
It's not. It's not Russ.
It's not just Russ, man.
It's not.
They got to realize that, like you lose when he don't play.
Yeah.
So it ain't Russ. I mean, Russ don't help,
but it ain't him.
It ain't him.
Yeah.
You all need some young hoopers.
Shooters. You know who's hooping right now? Kyle Kuzma.
I knew he was going to
hoop. You know who he's hooping for?
They was clowning Kyle Kuzma in LA. I said, as soon as he leave, watch he ball out.
He ball out.
It's not easy playing on that LeBron.
It's not
spotlight.
That pressure. Yeah, it's just not easy, right? Like, Caldwell Pope is a baller too, and they sent him out here to DC, the Wizards. Harrell was out here. They sent him to, I guess, Dallas for Porzingis. I think he's Harrell.
Yeah,
Montrez, right? Mm-hmm. He was out here and he was balling, and DC loved him.
They should have never got rid of Montrez.
Russ, I knew Russ was never going to be a fit. And it wasn't that Russ isn't good, it's that the chemistry wouldn't work with this team. Russ needs the ball, and he needs to be the centerpiece of the team.
He needs to have his own team for Russ to be Russ.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Russ, I hate to say it, but like, he wasted 2 years in LA. Not 2 years, 1 year, because it's the only year. He wasted 1 year in LA. Unless they trade him in the offseason, he'll waste another year in LA.
I don't know how you get rid of $47 million. I really don't. If they are able to trade him, they are probably going to have to pay half of that.
Yeah, that's fine. You suck that up. They're the Lakers. They got the bread. They'll figure it out.
I think he'll want to leave, so he'll probably work with them on the buyout. But that's the only way I see it. $47 million is a lot of money.
Yeah.
When you build these super teams, you be top heavy.
Yep.
And when somebody goes down like an AD or a KD, you're going to lose games.
100%.
That's why, people always wanted to rag on the Warriors. Is like, we depleted our roster to keep KD.
Well, how would we not lose games?
So yeah, so when they get hurt, we're going to lose.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what's happened to the Lakers. It's a terrible thing.
And the Nets. That's what happened.
That's what happened to the Nets. Yeah, 100%. And you got to look at it like this: depleting your bench and lack of chemistry around superstar players is what leads to a failure of progression and or championships. It just does, man. Like in the bubble in 2020, lightning struck, right? I had a feeling they were going to win that bubble championship. There's going to be an asterisk there.
It's an asterisk.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. There's an asterisk there. There's going to be an asterisk there. They shouldn't have gotten rid of Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, Montrez. They could have built more around those players and just gotten stronger and better, because they weren't bad with those players on the team.
No, they should have just ran it back.
Yeah, I agree.
They should have just ran it back to show, like, hey, this is the squad. Because what I was always saying was like, this Lakers team is not really that.
Yeah.
If you have a full season.
Yeah. And they showed that
in the bubble.
Yeah,
where people don't really have a whole lot of time to get their chemistry together.
Yeah,
the Lakers had the biggest advantage because they were so big. You had LeBron, you had AD, you had JaVale McGee. I think you had Dwight Howard.
Yep.
Like y'all was so tall. Like, you don't really have to build a whole lot of chemistry.
We were a
to
defensive
beat.
team.
Right.
Yeah. We got zero defense right now.
So if you're a smaller team, you need time to really build chemistry for you to be able to compete.
Yeah.
Against an LA type team.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe they won.
I don't disagree with that.
If it was a full season, I don't think they won.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's bad. It's disappointing as a tried and true Laker fan from the Showtime Lakers, as a diehard Kobe fan, who wished that Kobe and Shaq would have stayed together and won 2 more together.
Yeah, me too.
It's just tough to see and embarrassing to see. I think Frank Vogel's at the end of his rope. I think he's done after this year. I think they probably should have hired Ty Lue or Jason Kidd instead. Why they wanted Vogel, I have no idea. But, Jason Kidd is doing real good in Dallas right now. Dallas looks real good.
Mm-hmm. So did you see the game tonight against the Rockets? Did you watch it?
No.
Did you see what happened at the end?
Nope.
Okay.
What happened?
Do you remember the 76ers and how they lost the series?
Yes.
And like with Ben, everybody want to keep saying Ben Simmons, he was wide open and he passed it. That's the main play that everybody talked about.
Yeah.
He just so happened he didn't shoot, but that play was like, oh, what are you doing?
Right.
LeBron did the same thing tonight, where he could have won the game, but he passed it to Carmelo. It was 120, and with a second left, where he drives to the hoop, and he could have dunked it. I don't think he realized how open he was. And he passed it out to Carmelo. He misses. It goes to overtime, and then they get their butt kicked in overtime to Houston,
so,
the worst team in the league.
Yeah. So
record wise,
this is not the first time that I've watched LeBron that he acquiesced the big moment. And I think he does that when he's okay in shifting the blame, because he can absorb the punch of, you need to be the one to take that shot. You should be the one to take that shot. And he can just easily say, but I got to have confidence in my teammates to make open shots. Like, that's what he can say. Right. But the truth of the matter is, like, a champion takes that shot. Michael Jordan takes that shot. Yeah. Kobe Bryant takes that shot. Steph Curry takes that shot. Damian Lillard takes that shot. The true signature of a champion is just not being afraid in that moment. And you can't be confident in that moment when you're on top of the world, and not be confident in that moment when you're at the bottom. Right.
It just looks bad.
I've seen LeBron disappear in games, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
He has. I know sometimes it might seem like I'm a LeBron hater. It's not that I'm a LeBron hater. I hate LeBron fans. And I hate the fans that ignore things. And it forces people like me to point them out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I have nothing bad to say about LeBron. I really don't. He's a top 5 player all time.
All time.
People can rank him number 2. I don't rank him number 2.
I don't either.
I don't rank him number 2.
I don't either.
I personally believe LeBron is one of the smartest players to ever play the game.
That's fair.
And he knew what it was going to take to beat the Golden State Warriors when they was down 3-1.
Yep.
He knew it was like, let me get Draymond the F up out of here. He's smart. He's cerebral. Yep. It wasn't just let me step over this guy.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Same thing with the bubble. He knew they was prime. I think the league knew the Lakers was primed to win that championship.
Yeah, they were going into the bubble hot.
Yeah, this team is going to win the bubble. This is, and I said it before. I was like, this is LeBron's best chance to win another championship.
Yeah,
and I said it not because LeBron was getting older, really, or any worse because he really hasn't really.
Nah.
It's just other teams are getting better.
Yeah.
You got a lot of like people might look at eras and say, well, you can't think that the people back then were better. No. All across the board, the league is better now.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
across the board.
Across the board.
Yeah.
But then you got the superstars. You got the real, like, the superstars in this era can play in that era. And those superstars in that era can play in this era. They just can. They will find a way.
They'll find a way.
They are special athletes. We're not talking about regular people like me and you, Malik. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't playing pickup.
No, they're not playing pickup with 5'9" guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I say that to say Jordan would be Jordan in this era.
No doubt. I agree.
LeBron would have been LeBron in that era, but he wouldn't have been the best guy.
No.
He wouldn't have been better than Jordan.
No.
LeBron got the career stats. He is the Iron Man. He is the Iron Man. He's going to break almost every record.
I agree.
Because of his longevity.
Yeah.
He's going to have one of the best careers. But let me just say this, and I'm not going to sit here and say LeBron or Magic is better than LeBron, but I just want to point certain things out. Because I don't believe Magic is better than LeBron. It's just a different era.
Okay.
But we base things on how people were in their era.
Yeah.
And Magic Johnson won 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
In like 11 years. Like,
yeah.
Like he did so much in a shorter period of time. To me, you got to give props for that too.
Yeah.
Like he won a championship as a rookie.
He won a championship as a rookie. He had to take over for who is the greatest big man of all time.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the greatest players ever. This guy won at every level.
And
that tells you something. This guy he won like every year.
And Irvin Magic Johnson stepped in as a rookie and was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Right? He played every single position from point guard to forward to center and did it exquisite.
Yeah.
And what made him, this is why I don't put LeBron before Kobe or Magic, to be honest. And I get numbers. And so numbers wise, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
But the reason I don't put him in front of the two of them isn't even because of championships. It's because of entertainment value. LeBron is just an athletic player that's done the same thing night in and night out over and over again.
Yeah.
But Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, spectacular players. You watch them for what they are going to achieve on the court, not from the statistical perspective, but how they're going to change the game.
Right.
I don't watch LeBron for that fact. I don't.
Right. So I saw I was actually watching some old NBA games, but when we talk about these lists, and I want to get your opinion on this too. I love Tim Duncan, right? I love how he played. He was
classic big man,
just straight. You know what I'm saying?
Fundamentals.
I don't see how people put him over Shaq. I just don't.
I wouldn't. I
just don't. I don't see how.
No, I'm with you. I wouldn't.
Do y'all remember Shaq?
Yeah. Skinny Shaq was a problem.
Bro.
Yeah. Literally, Frost, unstoppable. If he got the ball at a certain point in the paint, it is over for whoever was.
It's nothing you can do. You had to hack at Shaq.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
I saw a clip earlier today too, just ironically, when they was talking about Shaq. Because they was talking about something else. But anyway, Shaq was like 4 or 5 years in the league.
Yeah.
Maybe
Orlando Shaq.
And they had the top, like they just had a top 75. They had a top 50 anniversary. He
Yeah.
was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only 4 or 5 years in the league. He
Yeah.
was in it. The top 50 of
you
all
know
time.
who else? You know who else did that recently? Giannis. Giannis is in the top 75.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Giannis is a special player, bro. He's a special player. Do I put him on Shaq level just yet? I don't. However, the big man can ball.
He can ball.
And he wants the ball. He wants to be the star.
Yeah.
He wants to take the shots. He wants to be the one who's the team leans on. Yeah. I respect Chris Middleton. He is a baller. He is from Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah. He went to Portugal. I appreciate that. But my man Giannis, he's in the top 75. He ain't been in the league that long.
That's true. He's been in longer than 5 though.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Giannis been in the league a little minute now.
All right, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. But Shaq was special. I don't discredit what you're saying. Shaq to me, outside of oh man, this is terrible because I'm blanking on his name. 10 championships, Boston Celtics.
Bill Russell.
I mean,
it was 11. Might have been 11.
That's possible.
Yeah, I think it was 11.
I think outside of that fact, but even then, to watch Shaq play, he is still the most dominant big man to ever play the game.
Yeah, I don't even think. Listen, Bill Russell numbers wasn't even that crazy.
Nah,
he just happened to win 11 championships.
Yeah.
Like it was Wilt Chamberlain who had crazy numbers.
Who had the crazy career? Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain numbers was crazy.
And Kareem.
Wilt just didn't have that many championships. Kareem had a lot. Kareem had
Wilt
7.
was just out here putting numbers up with these chicks.
And on the stats, Wilt averaged 50 in the season.
Yeah. Wilt was living a dream. Wilt would go out and ball every night and go out and ball every night.
Yeah, the Capitals was running it back then.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The Noops was running it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I just think that, we can't just always look at numbers.
Nah, I agree. Which is why, LeBron to me isn't who people make him out to be. I borderline say that he's a boring player because he's not a highlight reel to me. He's a super athletic guy who dominates on the floor. That's cool.
Listen, I will admit this, right? LeBron, if you could physically create a basketball player, the ultimate basketball player, it would be LeBron.
No doubt. I agree with that.
You're really talking about a big man that can move like a guard. LeBron is not like he's taller than what people think he is.
He's a big guy.
He is a huge guy.
Yeah. He's a locomotive, man. You don't want those problems.
Yeah.
Once he and people like him and Giannis and even like a Zion Williams when he's healthy, you don't want to get in front of those freight trains.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like, Zion not even close to being as tall as those guys. He's
just super athletic.
Your boy Zion gonna be back in the court in a few weeks.
You got some convincing to do, Frost. I don't know yet.
Okay. All right.
You got some convincing to do, fam.
Okay. We'll see.
All right.
Gas prices, brother.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's what everybody's.
I don't want to talk about it.
I was always thinking about what my next vehicle was going to be. I was like, I like pickup trucks now. I just do. They just work for what I do as a DJ. I'm going to have to rethink it, bro.
It's tough out here, bro. Everything is, dude, in the coupe, it's about $68 to $70 to fill that mug up, dog.
In a coupe,
bro. That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, to me, that's normal to fill up my truck.
Yep.
Yeah, we in the 80s.
I have a truck too. I'm not in the 80s. I'm above the 80s. to fill up my truck.
Well, you pay higher at gas prices where you at.
Yeah. It's terrible, Frost. I don't want to go anywhere. Nowhere. unless I don't want to Uber because at some point this is going to affect Uber prices too.
Absolutely, it's going to affect everything.
Everything, bro. Yeah.
Like whatever Joe Biden, bro, open up the reserves, man. Stop playing.
Something. They gotta stop playing. This is crazy.
We're gonna go in another recession.
I don't know if you've seen the gas prices out in Cali. It's crazy out in California. I wouldn't go anywhere in California, mainly because of traffic. You just never know when you're going to run into traffic. Hell no.
They had this, there's a meme going around. I can't think of what show or movie it was from, but basically it was like a time where maybe in the future and everything was messed up and the gas prices were super high.
Yeah.
Well, the gas prices is higher than that. You know how bad that gotta be? Like this was an exaggeration.
This terrible, bro. It's bad out here. And hold on, it ain't even summer yet. Every summer the gas prices go up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not even summer yet. People aren't even thinking about that. Like they're thinking about right now. It's not even summer yet, bro. It's bad.
I saw this video going around today, and I was so pissed about it because, and you might have saw it before, remember it, but like when Trump was in office, he was basically saying like, "Hey, if y'all elect this guy, gas prices are going to go up $7, $8, $9, blah blah." And so they're trying to point it out, but it's like it's because he knew. He knew gas prices was going up.
Yeah, he knew.
And let me explain to y'all who don't know why gas prices went up. Gas price during COVID, nobody was driving.
Yeah.
Everybody was staying home. The oil industry, they lost so much money because they was producing so much oil and nobody was going anywhere.
Yep.
So when the world and the economy opened back up, they refused to start pumping out more oil.
Yep.
Because they lost so much money during COVID, we're going to make our money back first. we're going to recoup.
Right, yeah.
We're going to make some more money. And
y'all were cool staying home, huh? Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Right. And
we'll get that back.
We've begged them to produce more oil. They refuse.
Yep.
That's why oil prices are so high right now.
Yep.
And now, because we're dealing with this Russia thing, gas prices are going up again.
Again. Yeah. Yeah. It's wild, bro.
Yeah. So that Tesla, you know what I'm saying? Or should we wait on the Apple car?
Maybe the Apple car. I'm gonna tell you, either the Apple car or the e-tron, the Audi e-tron is kind of dope. They got a dope all electric car that's kind of hot too.
Nice.
Yeah, the Audi's got a dope car. Mercedes, I don't think the EQ is all electric. I think it might be a hybrid, but I'd have to look at it. But the Audi e-tron is dope. I could never be seen in the Prius. I'm just being honest. But the Tesla is nice though. The Tesla is nice.
Yeah. Let me put my black folk up on some game. For my people that pay attention to stocks and things to invest in, everybody's still talking about metaverse and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all. Listen, lithium is the future.
Yep.
That's all they've been talking about lately. And every time we get on something, we late. We only helping the rich get rich. We not really helping ourselves.
Yeah.
Y'all might, go buy you some Bitcoin. It's too late, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's too late.
It's $40,000, $50,000. Get it. You should have got it when it was 10.
Yeah.
Or 5 or 1.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late. So basically, lithium, the stuff that they put in batteries.
Yep.
If you can find your lithium company, put some money into it.
100%.
I promise you, you're going to win.
Yep.
You're going to win.
100%. Look at you. I see you.
Hey, man.
Dropping dimes.
Yeah, man. I'm just,
trying to help black people win.
Hey, anybody who watched the podcast, I'm trying to help you, brother. We got to get our numbers up. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, man. So you being in DC, put that in Joe Biden ear, man.
I am, man.
You got to tell him, man.
He got to chill out. He got to fix this. His approval numbers ain't too good, and it's because of these gas prices for sure. He got to do something.
Yeah, you got to do something, brother. Yeah, man. So, how was your weekend before we get up out of here? It was coming up.
Man, we for those who hadn't heard, we're back full force at the park at 14th, man. Like full nightlife. We're doing it, again. The people asked for it, and we're giving it back to them. So we're not losing the restaurant. We're not taking the food away. Brunch is still going, but you asked for nightlife, so we're giving it back to you. So Fridays and Saturdays, we back.
I'm gonna come up there probably sometime this summer.
You do. I promise you. You come up, I'll make sure you get on. You will make it worth your while. But it's we back, bro.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'll be at Gowdy Entertainment Friday and Saturday night, Fairfield, Birmingham, Alabama.
All right.
This weekend coming up. Had a great weekend. It was a crazy weekend because where was I? Friday I was in Charleston. Saturday I DJ'd in Florence.
I'll bet. Wow.
Red Circle.
Yeah.
Friday I was at La Creme in Charleston, and Sunday I was at Escape in Montgomery. So
you be moving, bro.
I'll be moving.
You be moving,
local.
bro.
We ain't local.
I love it. That's how I gotta be. You got to get back to Charlotte too. I know they miss you in Charlotte, bro.
I miss Charlotte, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta
for
figure
real.
that out.
You got to get back to Charlotte. Real rap.
Yeah. We're gonna make that happen.
No doubt. All right, brother.
All right, man. It's been fun. I'll see y'all next week, man.
No doubt. We out.